Good afternoon, Lancaster.
I think we might have been muted for a second.
Oh,
We've been pushing a whole bunch of buttons here leading into this show. So here we are at the usual time-ish.
ish.
It's okay. It's our show, our
Yeah.
rules. There it
Right.
goes.
That's right. The people will wait.
They will wait for Lancaster Connects. So hey, here we are. I think this is like episode
109.
109. Maybe I should write that down. Anyway, episode 109 of Lancaster Connects, the show about small business success, shining light on charities, and great people doing great things in Lancaster and the surrounding area. Today, our guest is from that surrounding area, so we will be welcoming them on shortly. We've got a lot of things to catch up on.
We do.
We've got a special guest here in the studio with us today.
Yes, we do.
Should we introduce him right now?
Sure.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get-
Come on, bud.
We literally have somebody here.
Yeah. Come on over.
We have young Mr.
Mini me.
Yeah, right. He is a mini you. Young Mr. Julian McClure. Say hi to Lancaster.
Hi.
So
Come on
you
here.
have to say in the camera, though.
Hi.
Man.
So the camera's up here.
Yeah. So look
Oh,
up there.
Hi.
There we go. Nothing like family business bringing your kids to work, right, Ben?
Yeah, school starts tomorrow, and our daughter Amelia is in freshman orientation today, so she's not home to watch. So it's bring your kid to work day. So Julian's been hanging out. We put him to work. He what were you doing? Tell our watchers what you're doing this afternoon.
Putting stickers in books.
The watchers are through the camera lens.
Putting stickers in books.
There you go.
All right, good. Well, thank you for helping out. Is that it?
Hey, whoa. We got to talk about our favorite flavors of runts. He's going to leave me hanging. We had a whole in-depth conversation about
He
this.
hasn't eaten any runs today. I don't know what you're talking about.
Julian, how many runts did you have today? How big was the cup?
It's like one of these full of runs. Lindsay, it was not one of these full of runs.
And what's your favorite flavor of runts?
Banana.
And what do we think about apple runts?
Horrible.
They're horrible, says Julian.
There you go.
I concur. Banana runts for the win. I also asked Julian if he liked banana ice cream. He hadn't had that
He hadn't
yet.
had it. No.
So
He's very
I
much.
have a feeling that that may be coming up in your future. We got to go get banana ice cream.
Maybe he's very much a chocolate fan. We recently went
Banana
to
and chocolate ice cream.
that would be fantastic.
Mix that up in a milkshake.
We recently got Nutella ice cream. That was last week, and we've got that at home, a gallon. He's been eating that up. He likes that.
Nana moo moo shake. Banana, chocolate, nana moo moo shake. Hey, look, I mean, trust the big guy when it comes to exotic and fun food choices.
Maybe our guest can offer a Nana Moo shake.
Yeah, I definitely have the appearance to back up the extreme
There
food
you
choices.
go. There you go.
So anyway, so Julian, thanks for stopping by the show.
He's gone. He's
doing
the
more work.
attention span has moved on.
He's back there lifting mattresses. So anyway, we were pleased to announce to you, our faithful Lancaster Connects watchers, our customers, our fans. Over the weekend, we were able to announce on Sunday, for that fact, our 14th Reader's Choice Award win was voted by the Lancaster newspaper readers, 14th in a row. And we're very proud of that. We really get right back to work at it today. But I think we'll take time to share that video that we produced with all of you. If we could have our wonderful producer, Chris, play that, we will show you what we put together. It is, it's very, as Chris said in our pre-show, it's very award show-like music. Or was that you?
No, I didn't say that.
That was Chris said. But yes, it was. That was the whole intention. And so thank you for your votes. Thank you for your trust. We don't take it lightly. We take it very serious. And that's why we don't spend a lot of time celebrating that. We just kind of announce it and then we move on because today starts the campaign for number
15.
So
Well, it's really, the support of our customers, provides us with that award, but it also provides us the opportunity to put the show on.
That's right. It does. 100%. And so speaking of good experiences, any of our business friends that watch. So I had this sneaking suspicion the other week that our review count on Google was off because we get the notifications and I watch the number. And back in June, I think it was, I said to the team, hey, let's get to 400, actually the beginning of July, because we were at 398. And then I look at my notifications and we got way more notifications than what the current count was at 402. And so
the math wasn't adding up.
It just wasn't adding up at all.
Even beyond Common Core.
Right.
It was.
Yeah. We didn't have to make a 10 to figure it out. I just knew that all the notifications were way more than moving from 398 to 402 reviews. And so we're in a network of other business owners, and someone had recently posted, hey, look at this. If you feel you're off, you should submit a case. And so we did. And lo and behold, today I get a phone call from Google.
Google themselves
called me. Very, very wonderful lady called to help me through it. And she basically explained, hey, we're releasing 31 extra 5-star reviews today. So just like that, our review count shot up deservedly and earnedly. Is that a word? Sure.
Yep. So, and to be clear, these were reviews that had been posted originally on the Gardener's Mattress and More Google listing, but had for some reason been hidden.
Yeah.
Or just disappear.
And so there's where we're kind of stuck in this 402 holding pattern, even though more were coming in. And so I submitted the case and that's that. And so if you're a business owner and you're interested in how we did this, there's not really any big secret to it. I can send you a link. Hit us up in the DMs or in the comments and we'll help you out. I'll send you that link. It's real simple. You submit a case and then you follow it up, and that's that. And I'm very happy to be at 434 reviews.
Yep. I like how Google, this big high tech company, called you. They picked up the phone and that's your number and talked to you. That's awesome.
It was very cool. And so that was cool. So we've had a busy weekend. We had Reader's Choice Award announcement, and Saturday night,
Party Gras. So if you've been paying attention to Lancaster Connects in the last couple months, we had Bret Michaels on for our big 100 episode gala, shindig, whatever you want to call it.
Shindig.
That was back in June. From that, Bret was gracious to grant us this interview with him, made a big deal around it. And he gave us tickets to give away, 20 tickets to give away to hometown heroes and veterans, and also a special VIP package for one hero and one veteran. We ran a contest. It was a popularity nomination contest. Most votes on the veteran or hero photos won VIP meet and greets with Bret. And I'm happy to say that I got to meet both our hometown hero and veteran. There's my wife and I, Lindsay, with Mr. Bret Michaels himself. That was cool to meet Bret, as gracious in person as he was with us in our half an hour interview with him. And there's our veteran winner, Cheryl, and our hero winner, Roger. We got a group photo together. So it was cool to meet them. They were very appreciative of the Bret and, of course, the contest and Lancaster Connect. So it was nice to connect with them, get a group photo, kind of culminating this 2-month effort with Bret and Party Gras. And, the show was great. I think maybe I sent some photos to Chris. I don't know if he's got them there, but the concert was great. There's some photos. Bret, he's a total entertainer, puts on a great show. The band was great. He was great. I mean, you didn't know he was, I don't know how old he is, 60 probably, late 50s.
Forever
Dude is
young.
on it. Yeah. Dude was on it. Like I said, his band was great. The crowd, the energy, everything was awesome there. So, I saw my cousin Carla. She was there. It was funny. I wasn't sure if she was going to be there or not. And she was there, but I couldn't find her, couldn't message her. The cell signal was, so she was posting live Facebook videos and she moved throughout. I finally found her though. I got the right angle for where she was, tracked her down and got to hang out with my cousin Carla. Carla's a big Bret fan and all things 80s metal and rock. So all around a great time. I think our winners and our VIP winners for sure had a great time. Thank you to everybody who watched, who entered the contest, who shared their photos to get extra nominations. Everybody helped get some more eyeballs on Lancaster Connects, which ultimately benefits the guests that we have on. We're often highlighting nonprofits and charitable organizations, and the more people that can watch the show, the more people we can impact. Also, thanks for bringing that up, Chris. 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had Tom Zimmerman from Veterans Outreach of Pennsylvania, VOPA. They're an organization that is helping veterans with housing and a rehabilitation program. And he told us on that episode that he would have a tiny house with him. And there it is on the back, in the background of our photo there. It was great talking to Tom. Unbelievable, his passion for the veterans and the project that he is helping spearhead there. And I got to go in the tiny house and poke around a little bit, took a couple photos. You can see what's going on. These are very simple houses. The real magic for this program, obviously they're providing housing for those who need it, the veterans who need it. But there's a community center where
all the services that go around it,
cafeteria and education and rehabilitation, and basically trying to help veterans get back to society where they can thrive,
back on their feet.
And it was really cool to meet Tom, and just great guy and an enormous heart for veterans there. So, Rainey, yeah. So you were along with Cheryl. It was nice meeting you as well. And, I know you got a photo with Cheryl and Brett. So, it was really cool to be able to, help coordinate that for Brett's team. So thank you again to everybody involved, including Chris, who helped produce the show and had to coordinate all the details, of the phone interview with Brett. And of course, Stephanie, who helped book, Brett's team in the first place. There was a whole lot of
all around team effort.
Yeah. There was a lot of back and forth behind the scenes stuff to bring that all together. So, it was cool. It was cool. So
very good. Well, I'm glad you got time to go.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun. Brett's cool. He's cool.
Very good. Did you get a hug from Brett, or was it just Lindsay?
No. Lindsay got a sweaty hug from Brett. I
funny how that worked out, huh?
She walks up. We both woke up together, and I'm shaking Brett's hand, thanking him for the interview, and talking about the Heroes of Veterans thing. Lindsay gets what did he? I think he called her Sunshine. Hello, Sunshine, and gave her a hug. It was pretty funny. It was a short meet and greet. We got our picture with the veteran and the hero there, and that was pretty much it.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, that catches us up with our before the guest time.
Yep.
So let's bring on our guests. Eric and Tanya Newcomer, not Erica.
He's combining names.
Yeah, sorry. Eric and Tanya Newcomer, husband and wife owner of New Horizon Cafe and Three Arrows Coffee in New Oxford. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So, Ben just shared a little chunk of his summer with you. I've spent my summers at the campsite. I didn't go to the Bret Michaels concert because my dad's in from Guatemala. He gets in twice a year. So he was up this weekend, and just decided to spend some time with him hanging out at our campsite. For the both of you, what's been your favorite memory this summer that you've been able to create?
Outer Banks, just hanging out with the kids, the beach,
fun.
the sun. That's probably, my highlight.
Do you have a
We're not
favorite?
much person, so.
Do you have
I love the thought of the beach.
a favorite beach that you went to?
I went there. What's that?
Oh, okay, I missed it.
When I actually get to the beach and then I realize how hot it is, I'm not much of a person to hang out on the beach, but I do love the ocean and fishing and crabbing and all that stuff. I'm more so the activities that are, go with the water rather than but yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you're kind of like me. I can sit by the beach with a book or something like that and hang out for maybe an hour or two, but that gets boring. I want to go do something in the water.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's that's our son, or not our son, my son. He's with me today because school hasn't started yet. So sorry for that interruption.
Okay.
Oh, that's
No
great.
problem.
Well,
No problem.
let's get into the business. I know the business has two parts. You've got New Horizon Cafe and you've got Three Arrows Coffee. Can you tell us a little bit about each and how you kind of brought them together under one roof there?
Okay. So originally, the way we came to even be in business, we had actually bought the property here. It was an old bar. And our idea was we were just going to fix it up and rent it out to like a pizza shop or something like that. We actually had someone lined up. And when COVID hit, they ended up backing out on us. So we sort of had to regroup and decide what we want to do, if we wanted to sell the building or do something ourselves. And so we decided we were going to do something ourselves. And that's how, that's when we actually decided we were going to, either do coffee or, a cafe of some sort, but we didn't really realize how much was involved in either of those avenues, I
They're
guess.
both very involved.
Yeah, both very involved to do it right. And that's what we were concerned about. We wanted to make sure that what we did it right, to create a good name and just a good quality product, for the community.
But yeah, because we were so new to the industry, we knew Three Arrows not real well, but we spoke with them a bit and we just partnered. They do all the drinks, like amazing coffee drinks, teas, smoothies, and we do all the food. When you come in here, you would think it's just one big business. You order together. Our system divides everything up very nicely. So yeah, we just work together as a team and bring both coffee and a full breakfast and lunch menu. So far it's going pretty good.
Very interesting. So you've made a couple adjustments. First, throughout COVID, planned to be a landlord. That didn't work out. You opened up New Horizons Cafe. And I think maybe we've misunderstood. So the coffee side of it is kind of like a business within a business, but not your business. Is that right?
Right. We do not own 3 Hours Coffee. They have been in business at somewhere between 7 and 10 years already and have been getting quite popular in the Hanover area. And it just so happened that they were looking to expand and get their own brick and mortar type business. And then when we ended up talking to them, we actually were talking to them for some advice because we were going to try doing the coffee. And when we realized like how long it took them to maybe perfect and get their name built up. And we thought, well, if we're doing all the food as well, and it just kind of clicked and they were looking for a place to move. And we realized that we could offer a better service because they had more experience than we did. So they have been great in that they already, came with trained employees for the coffee side of it. So they were able to sort of, even help us along the way a little bit here and there with just advice on employees and, working together and all that stuff.
Yeah. So that's a really unique combination where you've got one business inside the other business. So basically what you learned was having coffee as part of the menu wasn't as easy as just pouring the Folgers into the big silver pot thing and making sure you got the right amount of Folgers to water and calling it coffee. There's a lot there, right?
Correct. Yes.
Exactly. I mean, basically we love coffee so much, but it's a new field for us. I worked for a group of doctors for 20 years. He has his own auto body and paint repair shop. So this isn't something we've been in all our lives. So we thought, some more heads know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Probably be a good idea. So we're glad we partnered with them. They are wonderful. Their drinks are amazing. And yeah.
What's your favorite drink on the menu from Three Arrows?
Well, my favorite is the iced vanilla breve. I never really drank iced coffee before 6 months ago when we partnered up with them. I just pretty much drank whatever, coffee I was getting at the, the gas station or whatever. But that's my favorite, iced vanilla breve.
Tanya?
For me, they're lattes. And pretty much any flavor is good, but caramel, I'd
Nice.
say would be my favorite.
Nice.
So there's, in your area, there's no shortage of places to, I'm sure, eat or get a cup of coffee. What makes your cafe and their coffee unique, and why would people come to your business over some of the other choices?
Well, you want to?
So basically we are not in Lancaster,
Yep.
but we are in the surrounding area. So we are kind of bringing that Lancaster County coffee shop vibe to our area.
Oh, neat.
There are coffee shops, but not quite to this scale, maybe, where we can offer a full breakfast and lunch along with baked goods. We make our own donuts. His mom has been making donuts for years and rented us her recipe. So we do those. We also, I'm going to think, Waffler Confections. It's a friend of ours that's just starting out. She bakes sticky buns and whoopie pies and muffins.
Speaking our language over
It's
here.
like tugging at our heartstrings.
Yeah.
So basically, when you walk in, and we have our display cases, the only thing that is not homemade would be some gluten-free options that we buy in for some of our customers. But everything else, we're homemaking it. So that definitely sets us apart. And just like the whole atmosphere where, Christian owned, and we really want to, connect with the customers, not like where you just go in and order off a kiosk and it don't mean anything. We want that relationship with our customers, where they are happy to come in and they are feel welcome every time. And, just, a very calming place, a nice atmosphere, and, really do a service for the community.
Yeah. Yeah. You touched on something and maybe you can expand on it, about how you're bringing that Lancaster coffee shop, Lancaster cafe vibe to your area. And so was there something in particular you saw going on here in the Lancaster area that you really wanted to bring to your region there in Hanover?
I know, like, we love shopping in Lancaster. They have all these amazing decor stores. And it's just like, we'd always stop the coffee shops over there and they were just big and they were beautiful. I love that whole, bar house decor. It's just a comfortable, I don't know, clean look. And, there's just so many places over there. I feel like you have so many options.
Yeah.
And here we do have some coffee shops. But I just wanted to bring that beautiful, comfortable style here, I guess.
Lancaster is just very welcoming. And for years, I would come over there and play in softball tournaments and things. And it always amazed me how the end of a lot of the farm lanes, they had these stands set up with all the baked goods and stuff like that. And it just, in that area, it's just a way of life. It's just so normal over there. And that's not something you can find right in our area. It's just not here like it is there. And the neat thing about Lancaster, I think it's just their way of life. It's just the quality of life over there is so great. And that's, I think, why the cost of properties is so great over there.
Yeah, we have that. How cool is it? Anybody in Lancaster who's had a part in coffee shops, cafes, the end of road stands, creating that vibe, pat yourself on the back, because, we're making an impression and it's getting spread around, and that's great. Happy for you to pick it up and bring it to your area. Look, your cafe is beautiful from the pictures we're showing. I want to talk more about these donuts and sticky buns and other things. Like when you said donut, I immediately had the Homer Simpson donut, I immediately had that in my mind. It's almost September. Do you have anything? Not that I'm go in for this, but I guess
You're all about it.
it's pumpkin spice season soon. Do you have anything going on there already or not? Or do you save that for October?
Not that we don't have anything like quite lined up yet. And being we're so new, we've been open, 5.5 months.
Okay.
We have goals that we want to do. Okay, it falls here. We need to do these special flavors. And we just haven't been in business long enough to know how to set up for each season quite yet. But we do want to, definitely add some things for fall here for sure.
Yeah, definitely some pumpkin cream cheese pies.
Yeah, something like that.
I'll do the pumpkin spice lattes and all kind of good stuff.
Before pumpkin spice latte, did you say pumpkin cream cheese something?
Whoopie pie.
Yeah. Yes, whoopie pie.
Yeah, like a pumpkin whoopie pie with cream cheese icing.
They're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
At least,
2 thumbs up for that.
I think we do a good job of putting the show together, but anytime we have guests on that make some kind of food,
Food sent, it can be right here.
we're very deficient about getting the food here to eat on the show. Next one. So, what is the experience like when somebody comes to the cafe? We saw tables there in the cafe. Is it table service? Do they go to the counter, get their food, and then sit down? What does that look like?
Yeah, definitely. They walk in, and because that the cafe, I guess you would say the way that works is new to people in this area. Most of the people in this area are used to either fast food or full service. So the idea of looking at a menu and then ordering a food and sitting down, it took a while for people to catch on to that here, but that is how we do it. You walk in the door and there's menus there, and you can take a menu and sit down if you'd like. But for the most part, people walk in, they walk by baked goods, then look at the menus they order, and then they receive a number that will go out to the table. So they just seat themselves, and then the kitchen, receives that number with the food order, over the computer. And then, the servers go out and they're just looking for a number. So that's been a pretty good way to keep the confusion down. Computer automatically makes us put a number in before we take the payment. So there's always a number with every food order. And
that's still learning the flow, but we serve them once they order. So they shouldn't have to, get up again. And so far it's going okay. As we said, we've only been in business 6 months, so we still have lots to learn and improve on, but it's been going really well. And the community has been amazing.
That's great.
Yeah, they've been very supportive. It's fun to see your regulars and hear people bring home.
Right. The analogy for business that I've used often with people that I've spoken to and they ask for my advice, et cetera, is you always want to sell your stuff to a starving crowd. Well, you actually get to do that, right? Because you have food and you have goodies and you have stuff that people want. And so shifting gears here, as a husband and wife business owner, you've certainly been together longer than 6 months, I'm assuming here.
November will be 20 years.
Congratulations. I just celebrated 21 with my lovely bride.
Okay.
And so, congratulations on 20 years. That's fantastic. You don't hear that too often nowadays. As husband and wife, though, so tell us about the roles that you each play in the business and what have been your biggest triumphs and challenges along the journey here.
Well, I would say my biggest, obstacle overcome would be the building itself, because we bought it in 2019 and I worked on the building for 4 years and had to do a total renovation inside and out. And then just getting through all of the inspections, all of the handicap requirements. And the property was in terrible shape when we bought it. So just getting it to a final inspection point for us after 4 years was a huge hurdle. So that was probably my biggest one. And then we opened up, which opened a lot more challenges for sure.
So you did all the work yourself, Eric?
So I basically was the general contractor for my own job, which I had some background in that. And we have other properties and things that we, rent out and stuff like that. So that was more my line. It was never, a restaurant was never in our, in my line of work. But though I was always kind of interested in it, I loved, grilling and all that stuff. And this just kind of took it to a whole new level with the restaurant now.
That's awesome.
But so, as far as that was kind of my biggest part in it. Now I'm more hands on at this point, and my wife does more of the managing of the restaurant. I mean, you can tell a little bit what you do.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe the boring part. I do a lot of paperwork. I help, bake things and just make sure the supplies are here, deal with the suppliers, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I just love being here and seeing the customers help serve. I'll do whatever needs done anytime. And yeah, Eric runs the hotline. So he does a lot of the cooking with the girls, which is nice. And you're definitely a people person. You love seeing the customers.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah. I do. Yeah. I end up, I'm in there cooking the food and I get a break and I'm out in the kitchen and next thing the employees have to jump in and start filling the orders because I'm talking to people. But, that I do really enjoy the people part of the business for sure.
Yeah. And I like how we just had video up of donuts with chocolate being
like drizzled.
Like,
yes.
You're making sure there are copious amounts of toppings. So unlike corporate counterparts, schmunk and schmonuts to keep the lawyers happy. It doesn't look like you're doing what the CPAs would do as far as allotments of chocolate and sprinkles. You're doing what the people want is what it looks like to me.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing that always would frustrate me is I just would want like a glazed cream filled donut and I would just go into a convenience store or whatever, gas station, and I get this cream filled donut and I would just like chase the cream all the way through the donut and never get to it. Like I would be like in the next bite will be the cream. I like when you bite into it and the cream just like comes out both sides.
Look how excited you just got, Jeff. He's been 109 episodes and nobody's brought up the cream donut deficiency until right now.
Yes.
Like just lit a
has been a problem. That is a problem in this country, and we want to we're going to make cream filled donuts great again.
Love it.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that's great. So, follow up there.
It's a visceral reaction because just last night, I had my wife brought back dinner. I was very off put. The football moms and the boys got together, but the dads weren't invited.
Yeah, you just get cut right out of the deal.
I don't know how I got cut out of this, but I got cut out entirely. Anyway, I'm not upset about it or anything. Anyway, I ordered a quesadilla to come home and all the cheese allotment ended up in one slice of the quesadilla. I was chasing the cheese as you were chasing the cream filled filling inside the donut. And so it was a major reaction for it because I get that feeling.
That's poor quality control right there. Yeah.
Right.
So Eric and Tanya, obviously, I mean, you faced a number of challenges you mentioned with the building and inspection and whatnot. Is there any valuable lesson that you've learned throughout the entire process of, getting the building ready, opening up the business that, valuable lesson that you've learned that you could pass along to some of our business owner listeners?
I think one thing that I learned is I can be a very do-it-yourself type of person. Like, just feel like I need to just do it all myself.
Sure.
But with a business like this, it just can't be done. And we had so many wonderful people that guided us and helped us. And just the employees are they're so wonderful. The girls work so hard. I think for me, just working as a team and really appreciating all those people around us that supported us and just helped to make it happen was just really a good thing for me.
Yeah. Because there's times in a 4-year project like that, there's times where, you wonder if you're doing the right thing.
For
And
sure, yeah.
yeah, of course we hit all that. We were doing our building right over COVID, and so all the prices skyrocketed on everything. So we were halfway in, and we were already committed to finishing the building. So that definitely made it tough, like the supply chain issues. So just seeing it through. And I mean, one thing I would say, anyone that's thinking of doing something, make sure you have a heart and a deep desire for what you want to do, because you're going to hit frustrations along the way that are going to make you second guess it. So you're going to have to sort of have at least somewhat of a passion for what you're doing, not doing something just because you need a job or you need something to do. Make sure you really love it before you see it through, because it's a big commitment.
I mean,
Determined to work hard.
I mean, yeah. I mean, sometimes a week or a month will take a long time if you just want it to be done. But to go at it for 4 years, and yeah, I mean that's takes a lot of desire and drive, and I mean, but you saw the vision, and now you're living it, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, and there are so many things along the way as you're building and going through permits and inspections and things. I'll ask you this: did you know about the 5-foot circle for ADA compliant bathrooms?
Actually, I did.
Okay.
I did know about that. It was probably some of the biggest hurdles was the fact that we were renovating an old building, and it just made it really tough because a lot of the new updated handicapped regulations were really hard to implement in a building that was like from 1796.
Oh, wow.
So it's a really, really old building. And so a lot of even grade issues on the outside of the building to get the proper slopes and everything. And we knew that stuff would have to be addressed, but we didn't really know till we actually got to that point, some of how hard that was actually going to be to make all that stuff work together.
Yeah. And naturally, you obviously want those that might be mobility challenged or otherwise need those ADA things. Like we want that to happen. At the same time, you want to maintain the charm and the design and the aesthetic, right? Of a building that old, right? Because it's special. Again, if you're trying to bring a nice vibe, a nice experience, it's not. You don't want to make it this sanitary, just 4 walls, vanilla box, other coffee and cafe. Yeah. So kudos to you for finding that balance and staying committed to that passion. Because it can some of that tedious stuff can really suck the life force out of you. That's for sure.
You're right.
We just had a little project here, and it was enough to get my goat more than a couple times. But anyway,
as bad as the cream in a cream-filled donut,
or the no cheese, or the cheese in my one little pocket of the quesadilla square. Yeah. So as we look to wrap up our time together, 2 questions really. I'll ask this before I ask our last one, or maybe Ben asks the last one. So on your breakfast menu and on your lunch menu, what are a couple of the things that our watchers, if they get out your way or your customers watching this, what are the things they got to try?
Well, I guess some of our best sellers are the omelets. And there again, when we build an omelet, we have a build your own option, or we have different omelets on there. We make sure that you're getting into the fillings that deserve to be in an omelet, nice thick bacon. I've been guilty of making the omelets thick enough that when you try to fold them, you can't really fold them over because the spinach just had too much spinach in them. But I really like to put good measure in our food and, make sure people feel like they're getting what they paid for. Yep. So the omelets are popular and,
Waffle.
Yeah. We do, waffles that we load up with fruit.
And the donuts. Can't forget them.
Yeah. And it's, and of course, a lot of different breakfast sandwiches, just the bacon, egg, and cheese croissants, things like that have been really good sellers. Even whether you're dining in or just taking them to go.
Love it.
To go. Yeah. Okay. So, do people call in their order, or can they place an order online and take with?
Yes, we do online ordering. And we also have a window, a pickup window that we've been utilizing as a drive-through,
Yeah.
but we are having some small issues with the impact that drive-through could have on PennDOT's roads, which are right next to our building. So we may not be able to keep using that. That's sort of be determined, but at this point we are using that. So yeah, we still have some work to do with the township to try to get everything ironed out on some of those increased traffic concerns.
Yeah. I love that convenience. If you're able to work that out, that's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So one last question. What is maybe the most important thing you want a consumer to walk away from your business, either having or experiencing or knowing, about the business? Is there kind of something you want them to take away from their experience besides food and a full belly?
Right. Yeah.
Honestly, we just wanted to create a warm, comfortable, inviting atmosphere where people can come in and, just feel the love of Jesus, just feel cared for, just a bright spot in the community. It was kind of old and run down previously. So it's just been exciting to make it be new, beautiful, and just a wonderful place for people to come.
That's awesome.
Very good.
Yeah. Like a safe place for the community where they're not afraid to let their kids come here and hang out. And the same for our employees. I think right now we have 18 employees.
Wow.
Most of them are younger girls, like high school age, up, into the 20s. And, I just want to make sure that it's just a safe, positive spot for them, in a world that's just not always as safe and, positive anymore. We just wanted to at least have that to offer here.
Yeah. So on that note of young people working for you, are you comfortable as an employer, like focusing on having teenagers come work if they're so inclined?
Yeah. We really love the enthusiasm that these young people bring. The laughter and all that just adds to the vibe here. So
Great.
I love it. I love the enthusiasm of these young people that work. And it's not all girls. I had one boy hired, then he went off to college, but it does seem like he did very well. It seems like the coffee shops really attract the girls. They just love the coffee, and we have no shortage of people applying to work here. Everybody that has a friend that works here seems like they know somebody who wants to work for us.
That's good. That's good. It's good that you have that supply, because not a lot. Obviously, you're doing something right as far as front of house goes for your customers and back of house goes for your team, because not everybody has that fortunate position to have a whole bunch of people lining up to apply. Mm-hmm. So great for you. That's great. You're doing something right. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, thank you.
That's good for sure. All right. Well, time to move to our connection cocktail to wrap up our time together. And so I'll start.
Yeah. And so our guest connection cocktail is our way to get to know you a little bit better. So we're going to ask some questions that, about Tanya and Eric.
That's right. So outside of work, what are we most likely to find you doing?
So how about you?
You just answered.
Okay. Well, I really enjoy, hunting and fishing, a little bit outdoorsy like that. We had a boat that we kept down at the bay for, about 8 or 9 years now. So I've done a lot on the Chesapeake Bay, and, I actually have a property down there that I do some deer hunting. I just really enjoy wildlife and
nice.
That part of it. So that when I get time, it's not as much as I'd like to, but when I get time, I definitely, you might see my truck parked along, a woods, maybe down in Maryland somewhere in farm country.
Very good.
So this question, I think we might know part of this answer, and you can each answer. So And we talked at the opening about your beach trip. Beach or mountains? Which one would each of you likely choose? Tanya, you can answer first.
Definitely beach for me.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're get to the beach, put out a towel, and sit there for all afternoon, right?
Yeah, I'm happy to soak up the sun.
Yep.
But
And I'm glad to go with her as long as I can buy some steamed crabs in the evening.
Oh, okay. All right. So you'll put up with the entire day at the beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shuffling.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool. And you talked about the boat in the bay, and you can hunt right there too. That's kind of like a blend of the two. It's like, the bay is you kind of close to the beach maybe, and you got the hunting mountains. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy the boating and fishing and stuff a lot as well. So
Very good. All right. We'll bring it home. Last question. So you obviously have a bunch of desserts you do like in the cafe. What's a dessert you just can't stand and may never make the menu?
It's a good question.
Stumped them.
Yeah.
no, I kind of like
well,
all of it.
yeah, I'm not much of I don't like desserts as much as some people. I know that the sticky buns are probably one of my favorite.
Don't you
But
like
what don't I like?
I'll share what I don't like, if that's okay.
Yes.
Rhubarb pie.
Oh, like a strawberry rhubarb pie?
No, just rhubarb pie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Rhubarb. I love rhubarb custard.
Oh,
That's-
interesting.
Yeah, I like the sweet and tangy. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't say rhubarb. But
Yeah, I don't know. I
All right. Well,
think anything in particular that I just
you said
really
you like to
dislike.
create a nice, welcoming environment. That means all desserts are welcome at New Horizons Cafe.
right.
We have never had rhubarb pie though. I could say.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. You're not missing anything.
Well,
Well,
we've
it's not
never
your
served
own
at the restaurant.
Yeah, we never served it here.
Yeah.
I'm not
We eat it. We just don't serve it.
Yeah. There you go.
I'll take that as you agree with me.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
Eric, Tanya, thank you so much. So happy that you've been able to get your property. You put all that time into open. You were able to make something out of a rough situation. Anybody in the area there, check out New Horizons Cafe, along with Three Arrows Coffee, a wonderful cooperative bringing you the best of coffee, the best of lunch and breakfast menu. Great staff, great experience, great vibe, inspired by Lancaster. And they're bringing it to you in your neighborhood. Check out New Horizons Cafe on Instagram and Facebook. And we've been putting their website and the social channels in our notes. So you should be able to click them right from wherever you're watching. Eric and Tanya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Have a good afternoon.
All right. We'll see you.
It sounded like a radio commercial you just gave them. That was like,
Well, we've only done this 109 times.
it's like just professional. They rolled off the tip of the tongue. Boom.
Nailed it.
We didn't talk much about it, but Chris was rolling through some of the photos of like the demolition of that building.
Yeah, a lot of work.
A lot. Like, what do you say? What did Eric say? 1796.
That's
This
like
building is old.
it's like Revolutionary War time.
Yeah. I mean, so that building has stories.
I bet you.
And, the story is being rewritten now.
I wonder if some soldiers got a whoopie pie
That's
back in the day.
or a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Maybe there were battles fought over rhubarb pie. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, a lot of renovation. Kudos to them
Cool.
for sticking it through. Obviously, the last handful of years, everybody had to navigate and deal with things they didn't want to. And good for them for turning lemons into lemonade and then making drinks out of it and serving it in the restaurant. Good for them.
Bill.
So if you want to be a guest on our show, go to lancasterconnects.com/guest. You'll fill out the form. We'll take a look. We'll pass it on to Stephanie, who will then get you booked on her show. And the rest is history. So to say, we are booking out, I think, into November at this point.
Yeah.
So get on the show. If you're a local business, you just want to share your news, or a charity, you have an event coming up, there's a tab on our site called Share Your News. It's under the Be on Our Show tab. And there's a form on there that you can fill out, and we'll make sure that we read it on the show. Of course, I say that, and we didn't double check the tab today, but we'll get you next time. So that's why we ask for a few weeks notice. We're humans. We make a mistake every now and then. Even though my reads at the end are as good as a newscaster, according to Ben,
for sure,
our production prep gets a C- in that instance. And so anyhow, my Sleep Better book tip for you this time would be this. If you got a big day tomorrow, jot down all you want to get done today. That'll relax your mind, put your mind at ease. You'll go to sleep just thinking about going to sleep and waking up refreshed, ready to tackle that list. If you want more tips, go to gardenersmattressofmore.com/sleep-better, and we'll mail you a free copy of that book where you get great tips like that one to help improve your sleep routine. And if we can help you with a new mattress to help reinforce that routine, I'm more than happy to help you.
Testimonial time from Gardener's Mattress and More.
Let's see if you can make it sound as professional as I just did.
I can.
About time you level up, McCall.
Yeah, right. Gardener's Mattress and More is our business together, and it is essentially the producer of the Lancaster Connects podcast. And we talked at the beginning of the show. We've had your support in Lancaster for 33 years. Last 14 years as Reader's Choice favorite mattress store. And again, it's your support that allows us to put on the show and highlight great businesses like the guest we just had on. But we get 5-star reviews. We talked a little bit about reviews at the beginning. This one came in a few weeks ago from Scott. He had an easy and comfortable shopping experience. Drew was personable and a pleasure to deal with. They had exactly what we wanted, which was a queen size futon. Not necessarily a common thing, but we stock futons because a lot of times when you need a futon, you need it. Like you need it that day or that weekend. You've got guests coming in, family, friends, whoever, and you need a place to stay.
Like I needed proper amounts of cheese distribution in my quesadilla.
That's right.
Last night. You want it and you want it now.
You just need that futon. So a futon, of course, it looks like a couch. It's easily laid flat, typically a wood frame, nice, comfortable mattress on it, number of different fabrics to choose from. But it was in stock. It was here. They drove home with it. So they had a vehicle. They could put it in the back of the vehicle, and they were using it in less than 2 hours. So not only are futons functional, they're easy to set up. Most typical consumers can do it. It's just a couple Allen wrench bolts and, easy to set up, and they had it ready to go for that evening, that evening's guest. So, we don't have all of our mattresses and all of our products in stock, but a good number of them are.
Yep.
And same day service is possible. Not necessarily delivery, but same day satisfaction, let's call it. A lot of mattresses you can take with same day, and of course, futons as well.
That's right. Always looking to make you happy. Have the things others won't. Curate an amazing selection. That's our job. You're doing that 33 years, 14 years in a row, favorite mattress store. We're doing something right, I think. We'll continue to go back every day so we can be here a year from now, hopefully sharing that we won that 15th in a row. And so I think that's episode 109.
I think it is.
Just under sliding in under the bell.
Should we just mention Labor Day? Labor Day is upon us. A lot of great vendor promotions.
Labor Day sales are here. Fantastic no interest financing as mortgage rates go up, credit card interest goes up. 0 is our interest rate. No money down, no interest. 12 months, 30 months, 60 months. We have the terms. 0% best rate in the land.
We've got a ton of accessories that we are kind of overstocked on. Manufacturers made some changes. We're closing out $25.
Yeah, great
Some
deal.
of these sheets
A couple came in. They bought the first mattress from us 13 years ago. Came in about 6 months ago. Reinvested in another one, and today a $239 pair of sheets. Literally, they got for $25. So we've got those kinds of deals going on. Labor Day sales on everything else store-wide happening right now. So you can come in and shop, get a great deal, invest in a new mattress, and save maybe that Labor Day Monday for a cookout.
There you go.
Yeah. There it is. All right. Till the next connection, we'll see you next week on Lancaster Connects.